Welcome back to another educational video from Thompson's Coins. Today we're going to take a look at what I consider to be one of the more interesting periods of Australian currency history, and that is the Proclamation Period. So this was a time when the early settlers were having some economic difficulties. That is to say that there were various foreign coins circulating in the colony at the time, and as you can imagine, that's the type of thing that would make it difficult to have a clear understanding of what things are worth. You know, you get a coin that comes in, a gold coin from India, and if you've never seen it before, you might not know what it's worth, and trade in general was pretty cumbersome. So Governor Philip Gidley King had received a delivery of about 132,000 cartwheel pennies. What I have here is actually a cartwheel tuppence, also known as a 2-penny. Now this was a 1-ounce copper coin, and this also made up part of the Proclamation series. So these were provided to the colony from over back home in the UK, and that formed one of the, I guess you could say, the foundation for the Proclamation set. So why did we actually need this proclamation? Basically, as I hinted at earlier, trade was cumbersome and difficult. There were various things being used and values not being clearly attributed to different things. So the governor at the time put together this list of coins and attributed set values to them. So that would remove any kind of doubt or confusion in general trade. What it also did was allow the colony to retain some of the coinage that was coming through. So if you had a ship that came through and did trade, it was more likely that they would be able to retain some of that coinage rather than it just seeing it sail off into the sunset and further confusion to ensue. So without further ado, I'll rattle off the list now of each of the Proclamation coins. The British guinea had an attributed value of £1 and 2 shillings. The Indian rupee, 2 shillings and 6 pence. The Dutch guilder, 2 shillings. The English shilling, 1 shilling and 1 penny. Copper coin of 1 ounce, also known as a cartwheel penny, 2 pence. Dutch ducat, 9 shillings, 6 pence. Indian pagoda, 8 shillings. Half Joanna, £2. Indian moher, £1, 17 shillings, 6 pence. Spanish dollar, also known as an 8 reals, 5 shillings. And finally, the Joanna, £4. I'm actually very fortunate at the moment. If you come into the shop, you can view a very impressive range of some of the gold coins from the Proclamation period. Now these were significant sums of cash back in the day. They would not have seen regular trade amongst the convicts. It was more so high-end traders that would have been handling something like the gold Joanna. Coins like these are incredibly impressive in that they hold a great historical significance, but in addition to that, it's also a decent chunk of gold. I also have here an interesting old 8 escudos, and coins like these were not explicitly referenced in the Proclamation, but it's a fair assumption that there were a number of coins like these that may very well have been circulating at the time. So the Proclamation was the initial list of coins with attributed values, but it's a safe bet that there were other coins from that period that would have been making their way through the ranks as well. So the function of the Proclamation was to add a little bit of stability and reliability to the economy. You can imagine when different people are attributing different values to things, that could have been a little bit of a circus, but they came together and the Proclamation served its purpose and sort of held things together and provided the economic foundation for future stability of the economy. Also, I absolutely realize the irony of talking about the stability of the economy in 2024, so that's not lost on me. I'm sure there'll be some comments winding me up about that as well. So there's your introduction to Proclamation coins. It's a really interesting area of collecting. If it's something that you're looking to put together a set, whilst it gets expensive when you start looking at the gold coins, it's actually quite achievable with the other coins. And if it's something you're looking at doing, feel free to get in touch. I've put together many Proclamation sets over the years for various collectors, and I get just as much enjoyment out of it as you do. Sometimes maybe even more. I really enjoy putting together a set, particularly once you get towards the end of it, helping someone find that elusive coin that they just can't quite get for their collection. There's something magical about it, and I thoroughly enjoy it. This period of time also marks sort of the introduction to Australian coin collecting. It's something that allows you to have coins from all over the world, but also have a tangible link to Australian coinage history. So maybe in the next episode, next installment of this, I'll move up to 1813 and we can talk about the holy dollar and dump. At any rate, if you enjoy this type of thing, if you'd like me to continue on, I'll do it anyway. This was a special request from my little buddy Archie from the Nav. He said, Matt, you need to do a proclamation video. I have done once upon a time, really early when I first started the channel. But given that I've got some really nice proclamation gold here at the moment, I thought I'd just take the opportunity to highlight it. And as various other proclamation coins come through the store, maybe I'll do some updates and do some detailed highlights on each individual coin. Because if I did every single coin in this video, it'd probably go for an hour. I'd end up getting on tangents as I'm doing now and talking about all sorts of unrelated things. I want to try and keep these videos relatively succinct and to the point and just give you the introduction. And down the track, as I mentioned, when I do get these coins in, I'll take a closer look at individual coins and give you a good look at them and a bit more history to go along with it. So that's it for now. I really appreciate you checking it out, and you get a bit of a look at my main wall display here in the shop. So it's a two-parter, a little bit of proclamation, a little bit of a shop tour. So I hope you enjoyed it. At any rate, please like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're interested in Australian coin collecting or just coins in general. We have a bit of fun with everything here, and I'll do my best to highlight a few other areas of the shop as time goes along. We're here at Shop 8 in the Boronia Mall, which is 50 Dorset Square in Boronia, Victoria. If you're from interstate, hop on a plane, come on down, we'll have a coffee, it'll be a hoot. If you're from overseas, like culture of currency, hop on a plane, come on over, I'll buy you a coffee. I look forward to seeing you. And that's it for now. Thanks for watching. We'll see you soon. Also, for further reading, and a book that I read and absolutely loved was Andrew Crellin's book that he produced on proclamation coinage. I did ask him a few weeks ago if I could get some for the shop. I think he's completely sold out. So unsurprisingly, the book was an absolute hit. If I can get some comments saying, you know, I'd love that book, I'll go to him and I'll say, look, I've got people that are interested. Maybe we can get a second pressing out of him. But that book was an incredibly valuable resource and really well written. It's written in a way that is very easy to follow and understand, and it'll give you a much broader understanding of the proclamation coins. But hopefully this video serves to, spark the interest and we can take it from there. Alrighty, that's definitely it. Thanks for watching. See you later.